to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Houston Texans and the New York Jets.
Yeah, I'm the 2 seed.
The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, Steel Curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the Steel Curtain was playing. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Lucky 56. Gone.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Looking to throw on 2nd. Here's Kelly. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Gone, 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 gone. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Detroit, Detroit.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Detroit! 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 Gone! 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 Gone!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
On the counter, Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Gone, 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 gone. Gone, 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 gone. Gone, 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 gone.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And my goodness, this is...
I can't believe he didn't
Bill
catch that.
O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So the...
Another Browns player. all peanut butter, man. Why they got quiet? They got into some shit. Quiet as hell. Started his game. But the game started. He ain't talking no more.
Defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They start on the ground with Geis, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Here's Kelly throwing on third and long. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for them, too.
On first down, this is Geis. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
Gun! Detroit! Gun! Leopard!
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be second and 11.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56.
Here's Kelly. Off to Geis on the screen. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They have a first and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Over! All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, spinning away. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a second and 3. Geis with the carry on second down. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. To throw is Kelly from the gun on third down. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides.
Yeah, people don't want competition. I learned that this Madden, they don't want competition.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here. And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there. You think that factored in? I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on off. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a second and long.
Watch twist.
On the handoff, it's Geis. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Kelly to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long. He ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one,
nah, they wouldn't let me throw the ball. My dude was wide open.
Screen guy, so you don't take an interception. But really, the big one,
nah, it didn't come through. He just couldn't throw the ball. I don't know what happened. Really, but now I got to let this clock expire because I think they picked the wrong play. Oh, all right. I did.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And here comes the Texans now. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better. I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence. See what happens. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. A gain of 3, second down. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Lucky 56.
Looking to throw on second down. Schmidt. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Geis receives the pitch. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Callum found his target. It's Anderson. That's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now a run with Geis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 2 running plays go backwards. So what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And now the Texans want to call another timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Hunter Henry brings it in. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone! Detroit!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Detroit! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing again. Schmidt. He's going to look deep down the field. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Now a 1st down throw. Kelly. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st and 10, Kelly. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
On 2nd down, Kelly. That's caught right side by Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
They'll hand it down to Geis. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's it, baby.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Kelly now looking to throw on 2nd down. Dumps it off for Geis. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 5. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw is Kelly. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
Watch him now, Barney. Leopard. Gun.
To throw on second down. Schmidt. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 20. Terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 1st down, it's Kelly. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd down. This is Geis, able to power through, and now spinning away. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. He needed 9, he got 8, and that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will make our score 9-0. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
And now out comes Houston. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. There's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Following the penalty, it's Geis, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Back now here on EA Sports. Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And now out comes Houston. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Schmidt going deep for Hupp. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 37 yards. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5. and keep it moving.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. New York set to take the field. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Letty, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Kelly going to throw again. He'll check it down to Geis. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Play action, it's Kelly. They'll find Everett there, complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Now Kelly on 1st and 10. Kelly stripped. The ball is free. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover.
Detroit!
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Schmidt. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 16. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
Now a toss. This is Geis. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
A play fake. Now Kelly. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got
okay, nigga,
down.
you
Look
stupid.
for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Here's Kelly to throw on second down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The 30, past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Gerald Everett, 63 yards. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got him, took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Throwing on first down. Schmidt. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Schmidt being chased out left. And that's going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They'll set up to throw toward the sideline.
What the fuck, Madden?
Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
On 1st and 10, Schmidt. And this one is incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Troy Apke. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception.
Yeah, that one time when he had it and he missed it, that was it. After that, I was like, nah, he ain't getting another chance after that.
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes
Damn, don't hate the skills got to play, don't they? Oh, I'm about to say. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah. Yes, what's up? Hey, Mom. Go talk to your mom. Go to your mom.
Leopard!
It's in group me.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Hot.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now the Texans want to call another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken from just outside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 35. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
That nigga stupid.
They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game. They had the extra week of rest. That was a factor. I think this home crowd was certainly a factor as well. So this is step 1 done. Now they need to win next week if they want to get to the Super Bowl.
I like those 2 factors that you brought up. The extra week, getting the open week by being the number 2 seed, a terrific home crowd for them, coupled with really good play. That allows them now to keep their Super Bowl dream alive. One more on their way to the Super Bowl.
Oh, pick his ass
and
up.
They're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl.
Good game, Pete.
Fantastic season.
Good game, Coach. I just want to know, man, what happened, man? Why you ain't play football? Why you ain't at least take 3 on that drive instead of forcing that pick?
I don't want to talk about it, bro.
Oh, all right.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.
Who's streaming that game?
Huh?
Gucci.